Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my return subscribers, and if you haven't already subscribed, then please do. It helps me out massively. And if you do feel like an energy exchange, there is a donation button in my description box as well. It's not expected, but if you ever did feel obliged to send a little bit of money to me, it's always greatly appreciated. Okay, let's get into your reading then, shall we? So I've got two different animal packs here. We've got the Woodland Wardens and the Animal Dreaming Oracle. So I'm going to pick two cards from these, or one card each. And then we've got the runes, and we're going to use the Welsh Tarot today, the Llewellyn cards. So let's get into your reading, shall we? See what we have for you today. What is going on for you right now? Where is your energy? So if there's a specific question on your mind, just put that into the forefront of your mind. Because I always believe whoever's watching this video, you've been guided to this video for a reason, you know. It's possibly something you've been searching or something like that, but it's here on your feed or wherever you've seen it for a particular reason. So let's see. I'm going to pick a card at random. Strength, the elk and the ash. Oh, I love ash trees. Ash is actually the tree of the world tree. So the world tree, where we have Midgard in the middle, which is where we are now, the realm of consciousness. We have Asgard, which is the upper realm, you know, the higher conscience. And then at the bottom we have the roots of the tree as well. So like the land round like by the giants and the underworld. So that's like the subconscious. Now, you have been growing in strength. Something is growing within you, a strength that you didn't even realise you needed, I'm feeling from this. But before I get further into that, I'm going to pick one of these cards now as well. Now, ash represents fear. You know, trying to connect with an ash tree, they're very difficult to connect to, but they represent our fears. And when you sit with them, they can help you to overcome fear. Scrutiny. So yes, I do feel that you're really sort of looking at the finer details in a particular area of your life at this time. And it's an area that you are starting to feel that there are some fears. You've recognised what fear it is that you have around something that perhaps you need strength with. Maybe something that's made you feel weak, or you just can't seem to move past. So you've had to really drop into, but this is the purpose of what you've been going through is actually been good in terms of growth, because it's helped you to recognise where your strengths are, what you bring, what your qualities are in this sense. Okay, so I am going to pick your runes now to go with this. Yeah, daggers. So there's enlightenment here. So this is a little bit of awakening. It's opening your mind to something. Breaking through illusion, and there's quite a fast energy with this. It's almost like you've picked something up really quite quickly to do with strength. Okay, now there's something about a cycle that you've been going through, and every time you hit this cycle you've got stronger and stronger with it, or the feeling has got stronger and stronger with it. Okay, so there's an energy here of sometimes Perthrow can be a little bit about secrecy, so holding something in, but also taking a chance, taking a risk. So it's almost like, you know, if you were playing poker with somebody, if you really know how to play your hand and you're really sort of like, you know, I'm going to hold back here for a moment and wait and see what they say, or if they're bluffing or not. So it's almost like you're playing a bit of a game with yourself at this time to perhaps see what somebody else is bringing to you or bringing for you around this. But it all leads to abundance. All this work you're doing at the moment is helping you. It's aligning you with an abundant time. It's aligning you with wealth. It's bringing with it a feeling that is bringing more solidarity to you. It's making you feel better, more solid, more secure. I really do feel that energy is very, very good. It's positive. So you're facing fears, you're scrutinizing your situations, you're really recognizing where your strengths are, And then from that, it's almost like you've had some kind of awakening, you've had a realization, and you're ready to take a chance now. You're ready to maybe expose some kind of secret here, and that will align you with your wealth. I've had a lot of messages today about messages coming through. So that could be like omens or signals that you've noticed, that you've spotted. Things that are bringing you to a new beginning. Now, for some of you, this could be in your relationships. This could be about love, deepening a connection. But for others, it's just kind of like a new beginning, but it's bringing a lot of emotional balance with it. So the scrutinizing and the strength you're finding is actually in your emotional body. You've been working on the feminine aspects of yourself, whether you're male or female. You have been working on, where are my emotions? Am I going at things in an emotional way or in a rational way? You've really been looking at what's going on there. Now, it's interesting because this is number 2, which is the High Priestess. And that's all about following your intuition, recognizing secrets, that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's have a look. What else do we have for you here? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. There's so much nurturing going on with this, and I feel like that's why Faye, who is there, is you are entering a time that just feels so fortunate. It's a bit like, well, we're coming into Lugnasa anyway, so it's basically a time of taking all of the bounty from the harvest and making things with it, doing good things with it. And that's what I see here, is that you have entered this point in your life personally. You're taking all of the things that you've learned from other situations. That could be other relationships, or it could be just skills that you've acquired through the work that you've done or situations that you've been in. And you're starting to realise what your worth is. You're starting to realise the qualities that you hold and the things that you bring to this world. There's a lot of positive energy coming from this reading today that's suggesting you've overcome some fears. Okay, are there any challenges to this today? I'm going to take that one. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles on here. The challenges here are about stability and security. And there's a feeling I'm getting of somebody worrying that they may fall off the horse. Now, say fall off the wagon or something like that. So perhaps you've had some kind of battles in the past, maybe to do with drink or drugs or something like that. Not for everybody. That might not be for everybody. But if that does sound like you, it might be that this venture that you're going on, this new beginning, there may be fear around you falling off the wagon, going back to previous behaviour, that kind of thing, undoing all of the good that you've received from this. So that's the challenge that you have here. And is it enough? It's almost like, is this enough? Am I bringing enough here for myself? So what is that? The Fool. Okay, so this, what Spirit is saying to you is like, it's almost like, fuck that. Stop thinking about what might go wrong. Just go for it. At the end of the day, nothing is set in stone in life, is it? Nothing is set in stone. So you go on a new venture and yeah, it might come undone at some point. It might not work out, but it was necessary at that point on your timeline. You had to have that experience. We could look back in the past at all sorts of things and think, oh, well, if I didn't do that, then this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, and you wouldn't be exactly where you are right now. There's a time and a point right now for you that is signalling about taking a risk, taking some kind of leap of faith and chance. And it is leading you to an abundant time. It's showing you the role that you play in your life. It's showing you what you need to nurture at this time and how you're being nurtured at this time as well. It's representing that. There's a lot of love with this, okay? There's a lot of deep feelings with this. Okay, so let's see if we've got a future card for you. Sorry, the bin man's just arrived. What is the future of this for you? Clarity and focus, truth, facts. You're taking your sword in your hand and almost being like, I know how I feel. I know what the facts are. I know that I'm moving along with integrity. I know I'm moving along with, you're feeling powerful at this time. You're feeling like you're standing your ground, you're studying your power, and you're using your intellect as well. So it's like you're very intelligent, and I think you've had a realization that you're very intelligent, and you're using that intelligence in a positive way towards yourself now. And that is bringing out a lot of truth and clarity, and that daggers is almost like it's opening the window, and through the window is a mirror for you to see yourself. And through seeing yourself, you are becoming more enlightened as to what your path is, what your needs are. So what advice do we have for you? Don't know why they always go over there. Your advice is to just stay in this space of feeling joyful, inspired. You're manifesting your dreams. Keep wishing for what it is that you want. You know, the sun is kind of like a wish fulfillment card. It's a bit like the star. You are overcoming your fears. You're taking a hold of those fears. There's a lot to do with forward movement here, and you may be feeling like you're ready to take this journey now. You're ready to travel. You're ready to move forward, and the sun is following you the whole way. You know, this is our life force energy, that life-giving energy. It's there with you. It's illuminating you on this path. Okay, that's really cool. You're taking control of your life, whereas before you may have kind of been floating a little bit. You're not floating anymore. You're actually taking a lot of control over this. So what advice do we have for you? And that was just a wild card there, wasn't it? That just flew out. What advice do we have for you? Seven of Pentacles. So the advice here is, especially with, I say, Lugnasad coming up, it's about taking what you've learnt over the year, you know, and all of that bounty, all of that harvest. What are you going to do with it? You know, are you just going to ignore it and not do anything with it and let it all go to rot? Or are you going to see the abundance that you have right in front of you and see it as something that you can grow further? You know, you're really assessing what's in your life at this time, and what they advise you to do is to really see what you've got going for you in your life at this time, because that is where your abundance lies. You've already got an abundance. You've already got everything that you want and you need is already there in front of you. What it takes here is for you to really assess what it is that you have. And it's a bit like, say, you know, you want to make a particular dish or something, but you haven't got all the ingredients. So you might go, oh, well, fuck it, I can't do it then, can I? Or you might think, okay, well, let's adapt the recipe a little bit. Let's try a little bit of this instead and a little bit of that instead. You know, use what you have already and be happy with it. Be proud of it, because actually what you might grow from it is probably going to be far better. How many times have you cooked something and put something in because you didn't have something else and actually it tasted better, and you're like, wow, I've just made something new there, you know? How many things are made through us not having something that we thought we needed? But actually, when you look at what you do have and you make something from it, you grow something from it, you can be really proud of that. So that is your advice on there. Let's see what your hopes and fears are at this time. What are your hopes and fears around this? Because we have been talking about fear a lot. So what is that fear that you're working on? Let's ask that question. Sort of beautiful white butterfly then. What is this fear that you're working on right now? Pick one. Okay, so we've got the Three of Swords in the reverse. There's a fear around forgiveness. There's a fear around maybe not being forgiven on something here, or not being able to forgive yourself for something. Okay, that's a tricky one. That is a very tricky one. So how do we go about releasing your fear over forgiveness? do we go about releasing your fear over forgiveness? Again, it's seeing things on a longer term, okay? Okay, what I'm going to say on this one, it's if you were trying to cross a river, but you only dipped your toe in it, you'd never cross that river, okay? If you're only dipping your toe in every now and then, you're never going to cross that river. If you choose to put both feet in there, then you've got a better chance of crossing that river. Yeah, but you get to discern whether it's worth taking the risk to cross that river or not. Now, for you, this is a journey of forgiveness for yourself, I believe. This is a journey of forgiveness for yourself. Now, in order to forgive yourself, you need to start being grateful for what you already have and making the best of what you have. I sense that you have a lot of love, support, security around you, but there's something within you that you're afraid of. And there's a need to really move forward in this. I keep seeing like milk and stuff like that, so I don't know if this is a comfort kind of thing. It's like you need some sort of comfort here, and I feel like you're being guided to nestle down into what brings you comfort at this time. That is what your investment should be in, is what brings you comfort, what helps you to feel stable. Even though you're feeling this within yourself, what helps you to feel stable? And only the card of stability came out there. Now, this card, the Four of Wands, is about stability, security, celebration, freedom from what holds you back. It's allowing you to see that river there. Okay, so we've gone one step further. Instead of dipping your toe in, instead of walking across with your feet, we have a bridge. Build a bridge. Because if you build a bridge, then you can constantly walk over that river, okay? So that is what this reading is about for you, is about, are you prepared to put down the foundations to stabilize what it is that you want or what you already have and making it stable, okay? And this is where your strength lies, is you do have the ability, if you really apply yourself and really put both your feet in. So for some of you, this could be to do with your work or your career. And for some of you, this could be to do with a relationship. It's about you understanding what that fear is. And it may be that feeling of needing to forgive yourself for something here. You have scrutinized and scrutinized. You've really sort of like looked into a lot of things about yourself on this. But now you're able to follow your intuition and recognize, actually, I'm really seeing what is in front of me. So make the most of what you have there, of what you've got. Let's see what your final outcome is on this. What is your final outcome? I'm going to say something about the noise, because I've noticed the past couple of readings, I try and do a reading somewhere and there's noise. There's noise coming from somewhere, and I know, the world is busy anyway, isn't it? But there's an energy here of you feeling maybe that things are distracting you around you. It's like you're trying to plug into this, you're trying to focus on this, but there's other things, there's noise in your life that's distracting you from being able to fully put both feet in that river. Let me see, what outcome do we have for you here? What is your outcome? The Ace of Wands. So your outcome here is a new beginning. This is a new idea coming in. You've had some kind of revelation and understandings that is inspiring you. And this inspiration is what's driving you forward. So it's like an inspired thought that you've had. And maybe it is through what we've explained on here, is taking the ingredients of what you've already got and making something beautiful with it that is long lasting, that's going to stand the test of time. That's what I feel for you on this one. And you can see in the background there, that building that looked a bit like the Four of Wands. You're working towards that. You're working towards that stability. And it does feel really beautiful how this is working out for you. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you and you want to look into that deeper, then please do get in touch. My details are down in the description box. You can book in for a personalised reading, or I can answer 1 to 2 questions as well. I'm doing another competition this month as well, so please do comment on my videos and you could be in with a chance of winning a free reading at the end of the month. I will just say at the bottom of the deck we've got the 6 of Pentacles, so this is about gaining balance, giving and receiving in balance. There's something about that as well that you is possibly going to help you to move through this fear, move through that, like forgiving yourself is actually give to others and you will receive it back. Okay, so thank you for watching and I will speak to you very soon. Have a blessed day.